Well, hello and welcome to the Kawasaki Todoroki Stadium, where the chase for the top three Asian Champions League places is very much on the agenda, as last season's runners-up, Kawasaki Frontale, faced Sanfrecce Hiroshima, a side who finished just below them in third in the table last season and reached both the domestic cup finals, winning the League Cup. Well, Hiroshima arrived well placed at the start of the weekend, just 3 points behind Nagoya Grampus, the side who were third, but after their victory today and the defeat of the league leaders Vissel Kobe, who have dropped to third, Hiroshima find themselves 4 points currently off the top three. Kawasaki Frontale are still waiting for their season to catch fire, as they've been uncharacteristically inconsistent so far in 2023. The club, who have won 4 J-League titles in the last 6 years, sit in mid-table with 11 points to make up on the top three, but there is still time to turn their season around. Well, both clubs progress through to the third round of the Emperor's Cup, the primary domestic cup competition in midweek, with victories against lower league opposition. But it's the league where both sides at the moment need to find more consistency if they are to break into the top three this season, particularly for Sanfrecce away from home, where they've developed a worrying trend of losing on their travels of late. They've lost their last 4 away from home in all competitions, their last 3 away in the J-League since a 1-0 victory against Cerezo Osaka at the end of April. 4 wins, 3 defeats and a draw from their 8 matches in the league on the road this season. Kawasaki Frontale, by contrast, have been in better form on the road. They've picked up 12 points away than just the 9 that they've won here so far in the campaign. Just 2 wins from their 7 home matches in the league this season for Kawasaki Frontale. So plenty of work to do for Toru Aniki's side, who have been all-conquering in the last half a decade or so in Japan. Well, Sanfrecce last played Asian Champions League football back in 2019, but they missed out on qualification on 2 fronts last season. A shock defeat in the Emperor's Cup final to second division Ventforet Kofu, and then, despite finishing third and thinking they'd wrapped up a place, cruelly denied their place due to Arawa Reds lifting the Champions League and taking, as a result of that success, Japan's 4th spot in the competition. Kawasaki Frontale, of course, do have a Champions League campaign ahead of them, which will get underway with the qualifying rounds in August. They're automatically through to the group stages, though, as the J-League's runners-up, which will kick off in September. Well, great atmosphere around this stadium. The rain has been pouring down, expected to rain for certainly the duration of the first half and perhaps the start of the second. It's been a long journey for those Sanfrecce Hiroshima supporters, over 800 kilometers between Hiroshima and Kawasaki. 9.5-hour journey by car, half that time though by the super efficient trains here, the journey taking the fans from west to east. Kawasaki Frontale have won their last 2 games in all competitions. They had lost 3 in a row prior to that, 2-1 losses against FC Tokyo, a shock defeat to bottom of the table Yokohama FC, and also a loss as well to Arawa Reds in the League Cup, a competition in which both teams are well placed to progress. Next weekend there is no J-League action because of the international break, but both these sides will be involved in their final group matches of the League Cup. Sanfrecce needing a win against Nagoya Grampus to keep a hold of the competition that they won last year. Kawasaki Frontale have had the better of meetings between these two in recent times. They're unbeaten in 7 against Sanfrecce Hiroshima, winning 5 and drawing 2. They won both meetings last season without conceding a goal. It was an emphatic 4-0 win here and a 2-0 win away in Hiroshima. They've also enjoyed 23 victories in 44 previous meetings with Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who themselves have won only 10. Really good following though for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. almost enjoyed a spectacular season in 2022. Could have been qualification for the Champions League and 2 domestic trophies. In the end, they had to settle for the League Cup. And the ultimate disappointment of finishing 3rd and still not qualifying, thanks to a Rao Red success, who actually finished mid-table in the J-League. Well, Todoroki sticks with the same 11 that started the 2-0 win here against Kashiwa Reysol last week. Central midfielder Yasuda Wakizaka celebrates his 28th birthday today. He was on target in the 4-0 win here against Sanfrecce last season. 36-year-old Akihiro Ainaga struck twice that day. He's on the right side of attack with 35-year-old Yu Kobayashi in the centre. Taze Miyashiro offers the youth in attack for Kawasaki Frontale, the 22-year-old on the left side of the Kawasaki attack. Two captains, Kyohei Noborizato wearing the armband for the home side, Sho Sasaki, the centre-back for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Ryo Tanimoto, the 35-year-old FIFA official, is the referee for this one this evening. And there are the VAR officials. Now, despite scoring twice against Kyoto Sanga last week, Yusuke Chajima starts on the bench this evening and is replaced at right wing-back by Soto Koshimichi. They're one of 4 changes from last weekend. Takemu Kawamura returns in the centre of midfield with Shunki Higashi at left wing-back. Brazilian Ezekiel starts just his 3rd league game this season behind the veteran striker Douglas Vieira, his fellow Brazilian, who's fired 6 goals so far this season, double his tally in 2022. Mikhail Skiba, charged for his 2nd season. What a first season it almost was. Hiroshima, though, to one of the 3 domestic trophies. So we're at the Todoroki Stadium then for Kawasaki Frontale against Sanfrecce Hiroshima. 2 sides with big hopes of having a successful 2023 campaign. Sanfrecce Hiroshima not too far away from where they want to be. Desperate to qualify for the Champions League for the first time since 2019, having been so cruelly denied on 2 fronts last season. Kawasaki Frontale couldn't have imagined the poor start they've made to this season. 6 defeats already in their opening 15 matches. They only lost 8 times in finishing runners-up in the whole of last season. Kawasaki in the traditional light blue and black, Sanfrecce Hiroshima in the changed all white. Shimichi with the throw for Sanfrecce. Away, time by Wakizaka, and it's driven just past the post. Early opportunity there for Douglas Vieira. Really cleared their lines was the miss hit from Marishima, which fell to Douglas Vieira. Just tried to flick it goalwards with the outside of the boot, and look how agonisingly close it was, just skimming the post on the way through. Kuriyama. Zhao Schmidt, the holding midfielder for Kawasaki Frontale. It's been a real fight for that position as Todoroki looks to find his best 11. 2-0 win against Kashiwa Reysol. Last time out in the league, just their 2nd home win of the season, Kawasaki Frontale. Did a run of successive losses in the league to FC Tokyo. First ever loss against Yokohama FC, the side who are currently bottom of the table. Oshima. Touch back by Kobayashi. It's a free kick. Schmidt with the challenge. challenge on Hiroshima. Higashi. Hiroshima dispossessed though by Minami. Araki. Not Suda. Poor run currently on against Kawasaki Frontale, 7 games without a victory. They're unbeaten in 4 here against Sanfrecce since losing in 2018. Kawasaki Frontale. Douglas Vieira. Sticking to him, the last touch was off the Brazilian. It's that chance again. Clearly he should have scored, especially given the goal-scoring form he's been in this season, 6 and 11. Cross in, the goalkeeper, Kawasaki, thought about coming and then changed his mind. Shimichi wins the throw. Only joined the club at the start of this season, Naito Kawasaki from Kyoto Sanga. It's going to be a challenge to displace the experienced Korean Young Sung-rong as the #1, but he has done that, having started the campaign behind the Korean veteran. Shimichi comes in towards Douglas Vieira. Almost controlled it and found a bit of space for himself, but the referee spotted a handball. He's got a couple of goals in the 2-1 win at Kashima Antlers in April. He's also found the net against Sagan Tosu, Yokohama FC, penalty against Cerezo Osaka and Shonan Bellmare. Manager of the Year in 2022, Mikhail Skiba. Leading the club to 3rd in what they thought was Champions League qualification and both domestic cup finals. Very nearly lost the lot. It was only a dramatic couple of goals in stoppage time that saw them win the League Cup. Sako. Could be in behind here, Sanfrecce, easy kill. Komoto out of his penalty area, then retreated just in the nick of time ahead of the Brazilian midfielder, but it's been a bright start from the away side. Zhao Schmidt. Given away again, far too easily. Same said for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. He's had the first big side of goal, Douglas Vieira. You would have backed him to score it. With Komoto. Sumiyoshi with the clearance away for Sanfrecce. Breakthrough season for Sota Kishimichi. 19 years of age, the right wing-back, featured for the first team until this season, made his debut as a 90th minute substitute back in February. Here's that easy kill chance again. Komoto recovered well though, but a couple of heart-stopping moments already for Kawasaki Frontale. Challenge from Miyashiro. Shimichi with it to Douglas Vieira, back to Ezekiel. Good play again by Sanfrecce Hiroshima, working their way through the centre. Kawamura with the shot that was beaten away by Kawasaki. Fashioned another decent opportunity here, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kawamura with the effort. 3 goals so far from midfield this season, a couple in the League Cup as well. It's a midfielder with an eye for goal. Swinging delivery, Kawasaki gets it away, headed back into the danger zone. Schmidt slicing the clearance away. Set up nicely for the strike, too close though to the goalkeeper. It's Kawamura who scored Sanfrecce Hiroshima's goal in the Emperor's Cup final against Sanfrecce last season. It's the away side who keep up the early pressure. Hiroshima's header away. Towards Ezekiel. The runner crosses marker, but couldn't keep it in play. It's been used mainly from the bench this season. It's his 14th appearance, but 11 of those have been from the bench, just his 3rd start. He joined the club from Botafogo in 2020. Kizaka. Lost the ball and then committed the foul. No cohesion at the moment for Kawasaki Frontale. It's a start to the game from them. Schmidt. Suda. Nice delivery into the penalty area. Noborazato is there to clear it away. Sasaki. Minami. Poor header away though. Picked up by Hiroshima. With the header away, Schmidt challenges for it. Good work off the ball from Sanfrecce Hiroshima, really making life difficult for Kawasaki Frontale in possession. Miyashiro. Far away last season from winning a 3rd successive league title, Kawasaki Frontale. Champions in 2020 and 2021, but couldn't get above Yokohama F. Marinos last season. Anybody would have foreseen them, though, the halfway stage of the season, as we almost are now, in the bottom half of the table in 10th place. Charles Schmidt. Just trying to settle into the game now, Kawasaki Frontale, with a bit of possession. Ainaga. Needlessly, the ball is given away to Sasaki. Ezekiel. Hiroshima in a bit of space, helps it on one more. Cross into the centre from Koshimichi. Suda firing that one wide in the end. As soon as the possession breaks down for Kawasaki Frontale, Sanfrecce Hiroshima are quick to build on it and take advantage. Work the space and the extra man well here. It was just a poor ball in the end from Sota Kishimichi, the 19-year-olds. Nothing more than a half chance of that, really, for Gakuto Notsuda. And the hit there for Hiroshima. Around a bit, Mikhail Skibber, 57 now, former Greek national manager. Coach of El Ain in the United Arab Emirates as well, Hertha Berlin, Eintracht Frankfurt, Galatasaray, Dortmund, Leverkusen. It's quite a CV. Borazato. Towards Kobayashi, who's barely seen the ball, the Kawasaki Frontale centre forward. These opening moments. Joe Schmidt. Oshima. Minami. Yamane. From Hiroshima, who seems to have recovered okay from the knock to the thigh he took. Minami given away really poorly. Hiroshima couldn't believe his luck, so much so that he allowed the challenge to come in. Schmidt. He was caught off guard himself, Hiroshima, as much as the Kawasaki Frontale defence, but plenty of mistakes from the home side in this opening quarter of an hour. It's been a really nervy start to the game for them. For Sanfrecce. Kizaka winning the ball, but then immediately putting it into touch. Douglas Vieira in a bit of space. Goes down by Kurumiya. Tsuneyoshi. Cross into the box again, too close to Kamif Kmoto. On here for Kawasaki Frontale. Space to deliver the ball, but just held it up instead. Kobayashi had a bit more of the ball in the last few moments. Kawasaki Frontale. Sanfrecce were dominating in the opening 10 minutes or so. Good work there by Inaga to create that chance. Kawasaki Frontale yet to create an opportunity. Sanfrecce Hiroshima have had 4 attempts on the home goal, 2 particularly good ones. Douglas Vieira the closest of them, catching the post. In the opening couple of minutes, Kobayashi's header. Naga down to Oshima, who helped it on one more to Miyashiro. Just beaten to it. Kishimichi gets it away. Oshima. Hiroshima. Douglas Vieira. Bundled over by Takuma Minami. There is the first yellow card. Inevitable, really. He's holding the shirt even before Douglas Vieira turns away from him. Fairness to him, Douglas Vieira had a fair fistful of his shirt as well. It was a foul. First real test for him this season, Toru Niki, since he took over in 2017, a club who had never won a major trophy. succeeded to lead them to 4 league titles in both the domestic cup competitions. His first coaching role, Toru Iniki. What a start to his coaching career. Free kick then for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Header away by Schmidt, driven back in first time by Marishima. Certainly caught hold of it. It was nowhere near going on target, but it was a solid enough strike. Kawamura beaten to that. In by Notsuda. Yamane. Motto switches it out. Here's Schmidt. Quickly they're closed down when they're in possession of the ball. Kawasaki Frontale. It's rather aimlessly launched forward. Sumiyoshi happy to see that back to the goalkeeper. Sako. Schmidt. Kamif Kmoto. Seen so much of that already in the opening 20 minutes. That will concern Toru Iniki, the ease at which the ball is being given away and the way the man in possession is clearly being rattled by the pressing of Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Time, of course, still half a season to try and turn this campaign around and get something from it. They still have the Champions League to look forward to, the Emperor's Cup, still very much involved in the League Cup. The top 3 place seems a long way over the horizon, still doable given the amount of games remaining. The problem they've left themselves, Kawasaki Frontale, is there's very, very little margin for any more error on their part. Sasaki. Hiroshima. And a foul given for the little nudge on Miki Yamane. It's offside as well. Take your pick there. Certainly a foul, even if he wasn't offside, which he was. Well, that was a boot in the face from Notsuda. Completely inadvertent. I'm sure he realised that Kizuka was such close attendance, immediately there to apologise. A particularly pleasant birthday gift there from Kakuto Notsuda. Player who has turned 28 today. He's been a key man in their season, Wakizuka, player with 4 caps for Japan. Yoshi by Shimichi. Now Ezekiel, the flag up though against Douglas Vieira. the best opportunity of the game so far, that little nonchalant flick with the outside of the boot that caught the post. Kawasaki Frontale at the moment just haven't looked like breaking through Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Here's Wakizaka. Karumaya. Karuyama again. Good touch from Kobayashi. He's hurt himself as well in the process. He's pulled up there with a hamstring. Kobayashi. Looks pretty much like game over, if that's the case. Poor touch, and then in just stretching to make up for it. Yeah, that's where it goes. Could just be a dead leg, which is what he'd be hoping for. Yeah, I think he's saying that's what did it. Certainly preferable to the hamstring going, that's for certain. Todoroki just looking down at his options just in case Kobayashi isn't okay. I think he is going to be, though. Looked initially like a hamstring, but when you saw that replay, there was a definite knee in the thigh. Damião, the obvious replacement, the 33-year-old Brazilian striker, going through his warm-up in case Kobayashi isn't able to continue. Still struggling a bit, isn't he? There's not too much youth in the Kawasaki Frontale forward line, apart from Miyashiro's 22. The rest of them, Kobayashi, Einaga, and then Leandro Damião, if he comes on, all in their 30s. Miyashiro after this one. Sumiyoshi across. Sumiyoshi, who is eligible for either Japan or the United States, was actually born in America to a Japanese mother. Miyashiro. Now going to make that change. So Kobayashi's evening is over. Leandro Damião is on. Certainly not have the kind of campaign he was hoping for this season. This is only his third league appearance. Experienced Brazilian striker who did score in a 1-1 draw against Sanfrecce Hiroshima in 2021. It was the season he was the J-League's Player of the Year. Karuyama. With Kamif Kmoto, his Ominami. Dominating possession, Kawasaki Frontale, but it's been mainly in defensive areas. Look at that, 61%, but not a single attempt at goal. Sanfrecce Hiroshima with 5 efforts at goal from just 39% now. So Kawasaki Frontale have the ball, but not really in areas that are going to hurt Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Einaga. Plays Miyashiro. Kizuka. He managed to find a way through here, almost fell to Damiao. It's Yamane. Too many bodies between he and the goal, though. And that was better from Kawasaki Frontale. In the pace of the movement of the ball from the home team. Borazato, Miyashiro. Damiao beaten to it. Here's Ezekiel. Osako. Scored just 19 goals from their opening 15 matches this season. Kawasaki Frontale. Sides that they're usually up there with, the likes of Yokohama F. Marinos, the league leaders, to 37, Vissel Kobe 33. J.LEAGUE entertainers, Consadole Sapporo with 38. Well down, Kawasaki Frontale. Free kick here though. Space for himself, finding time for a quick conversation with his fellow Brazilian centre forward Douglas Vieira. Ainaga, Oshima, just too much on it from Yota Oshima. He was part of Japan's World Cup squad in 2018, but didn't see any action. He played at the Olympics of 2 years earlier. The best move of the match we've seen so far from the home sides. Not sort of getting in the way of Yamane's effort, the Kawasaki right back. Half an hour gone, 0-0. Match that started with Sanfrecce Hiroshima dominant in terms of the ball. The only side really that have created anything noteworthy in this first half. Kawamura. It's a dangerous ball back. Ezekiel touches it down. Koshimichi unable to get the shot away. Foul by Ainaga. Sort of shove in the back on Sumiyoshi. I think that Ezekiel is having a discussion with the assistant on that far side. Good run here by Kawamura. Put the ball into a really dangerous position, but then Ezekiel not setting it up quite right for Koshimichi. Yamane. Poor touch from him. Higashi. Hiroshima. Again, picks up on the loose ball once more, cleared away by Ominami. It's back with Ezekiel. Sasaki to Higashi. Ezekiel after that one, but it's on behind for a goal kick. He's been busy in that midfield, the Brazilian. Too many opportunities from the start. Started just twice last season, twice this campaign before today. There's Yamane. On towards Douglas Vieira. Ryuma with the header out. There's Hiroshima to Higashi. Hiroshima. Not Suda. Chance to counter maybe for Kawasaki. Wakizaka out to Miyashiro. Kizuka, Naga. Naga scored both the goals. The matches against Sanfrecce last season. It's Miyashiro, cleared away by Araki. The flag was up for offside. Drifted off Miyashiro. 4 goals this season for him. Who came through the ranks at Kawasaki, had a loan with Sagan Tozu last season where he scored 8 goals in 22 appearances. To convince Toru Iniki to bring him back and give him his first team opportunity. Ezekiel. Space now for Kawamura. Played into the box, and the goalkeeper Kamith Komoto held on to it really well from the effort in the end from Koshimichi. He was just going to cut in and deliver. In the end, he went for goal. I do wonder if that had resulted in a goal, though, if VAR may have pulled it back for that potential handball there for Douglas Vieira that started the move. Ambitious long-range effort, as well wide. Just the second attempt on target that we've had in the game, that one from Koshimichi. Notsuda. Hiroshima. Araki. Sumiyoshi. Koshimichi. Oh, over the top. It's finding its way through to Kawamura. Notsuda. Hiroshima. Just the final ball at the moment. I think they've been frustrated there. They're not at least in front, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, given the chances they've created. Behind here, but Sako quickly off his line to clear. Schmidt. Miyashiro. Schmidt again to Minami is Einaga. Successive home game for Kawasaki Frontale, the win against Kashiwa Reysol, followed by an Emperor's Cup win in midweek. Here's Ezekiel though. Can he square it? He can, but it was behind Higashi. Touches it off again. And the shot driven in first time by Kawamura. And nothing came of that in the end. Lovely flick from Douglas Vieira. And Ezekiel was away, didn't have the legs to go in on goal and take the shot himself, and it was a poor ball to Higashi. Another good opportunity goes begging for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Yeah, beat Tochigi City in midweek 3-1 in the Emperor's Cup as expected. Kashiwa Reysol were beaten 2-0 the side. Currently joint bottom with Yokohama FC and Shonan Bellmare. Different calibre of opposition though here this evening in Sanfrecce Hiroshima. It's Leandro Damiao. Miyashiro. Naga. Ryuma. Kizuka. Again from Miyashiro. Chance to deliver maybe here for Miyashiro, but he's closed down again. Really tight defensively, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kawasaki Frontale really struggling to make any openings. Ainaga, Miyashiro, Ainaga, this is more like it. Positive run by Ainaga and forces the save from Asako. First time he's really been called into action, the Sanfrecce goalkeeper. Danger not over yet. Sumiyoshi. And hat clear, but that was more like it from Kawasaki Frontale. Kind of imagination and dynamic play that we've been used to seeing from them over the last 5 or 6 seasons. For the toe poke in the end that can often be such an effective finish. Sarko equal to it. Good goalkeeping really, given how little he's had to do, and then that was the challenge on the Barazato that has left him down nursing his ankle. It's the biggest chance of the game so far though for Kawasaki Frontale. 6 minutes to the break, 0-0. See both teams lose a bit of ground in the hunt for the top 3. Such an exciting season ahead though in J1 this season. Only 1 to go down, but it is so tight between the bottom 4 teams. Tied at the top, so much so that Kobe's defeat has seen them not only lose the leadership of the table, but drop to 3rd after Nagoya Grampus's win earlier took them up to 2nd, just a point behind the reigning champions Yokohama F. Marinos. Yokohama FC's win against Kawasaki Frontale showed anyone can beat anyone in the J1 this season. Araki, Sasaki, Higashi. Or a beat to that by Ominami. The only player so far to see yellow in the game, the Kawasaki centre-back. Higashi's throw to Douglas Vieira. Kuriyama. And Borozato, the Frontale captain. Oshima. Ainaga. The pressure from Higashi immediately. Ainaga has been part of all 4 of Kawasaki Frontale's J-League title wins. Xiao Schmidt. Particularly well in the Asian Champions League, something they'll be hoping to change this season. Well, to get beyond the group stage in the Asian Champions League that's just finished with Urawa Red's success. Oshima. Ainaga. Barazato. Miyashiro. No way through there. For Wakizuka. Maybe at the 2nd attempt. Wakizuka has it back. Miyashiro. It's deflected off his own player and behind. Kuriyama, who is the furthest forward centre-back. Two signs, though, that they are getting to grips with this game. Kawasaki Frontale, as the half has worn on. Borozato it was who got himself in the way of Miyashiro's effort. Here is Kuriyama now. Schmidt. Zato. Inside and use Miyashiro instead, who just tried to help it on one more. Schmidt. It's a good ball to Miyashiro. It's immediately under pressure from Sumiyoshi. Dami out to Ainaga. Yamane. Leandro Dami out very nearly on the end of that. I think it was an inadvertent dummy by Oshima. Schmidt. Different first half to last week when they were 2-0 up at half-time against Kashiwa Reysol. Douglas Vieira. Ezekiel got his foot to it. It just hasn't run for him. He's been lively in the first half, Ezekiel, in that Sanfrecce midfield. A couple of wrong decisions when it's mattered in the final third as well. Here's Yamane. Ainaga. On how Sanfrecce's game would stand up, a high energy game. Here's Ezekiel. 10-15 minute spell now where Kawasaki Frontale have had a bit more joy. Here's Miyashiro. They've got 4 forward here if they can play it right. Miyashiro may go alone, and does, and it's just past the post. Really positive play by Taizé Miyashiro. They are ending the half, the better team, Kawasaki Frontale, having been on the back foot for a large part of it. Really positive from Miyashiro. Just set it out wide though and couldn't get the bend on it. This one. Ezekiel again. Sumiyoshi with the delivery in. Yamane's header away. Sasaki. Hiroshima. Higashi. Schmidt. 20 seconds to go and the 3 to be added on at the end of this first half. It took Kawasaki Frontale a while to get going. It was 25 minutes before their first attempt. There's Notsuda. They look the more likely team now. Sanfrecce Hiroshima will probably be the more grateful to hear the half-time whistle. Sasaki. No attempt in the opening 25 minutes. Had 5 attempts since then. Schmidt. Toru Uniki will be keeping that momentum going after the half-time break. Minami back to Kamif Komoto. pick out Miyashiro, who was hugging the touchline, but Koshimichi read it well and intercepted. So no goals at half-time. Sanfrecce Hiroshima started the game really brightly, went close through Douglas Vieira's effort off the outside of the post. The Kawasaki Frontale, it was difficult to see where a chance was coming from in the opening 25 minutes, but they turned the game around in terms of possession of the ball, and they've had Sanfrecce Hiroshima on the back foot, certainly in the last 10-15 minutes of the first half. An intriguing second half most certainly lies ahead for these two sides, desperate for the points to stay in the chase for a place in the top three and the Asian Champions League next season. Half-time, Kawasaki Frontale 0, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 0. Welcome back to the Todoroki Stadium, where it's Kawasaki Frontale 0, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 0 at half-time. Which is an improvement for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, given their recent away form, where they've lost 4 in a row in all competitions. Defeats Urawa Reds, Yokohama FC, Nagoya Grampus and Vissel Kobe. Remember, even a win here today wouldn't see them into the top 3, but would move them to within a point of Vissel Kobe, currently in 3rd. Kawasaki Frontale with a win can jump into the top half of the table, just above Sagan Tosu, and into 9th. So Kawasaki Frontale to get the second half underway here against Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Goalless after an interesting first half in which Sanfrecce Hiroshima dominated to begin with, and then Kawasaki Frontale settled down for the final quarter or so of the first half. Here's Ezekiel. It was really lively for Sanfrecce in that first half. Hiroshima gets the cross in. Douglas Vieira couldn't get there, and it was cleared away by Noburazato, just as Ezekiel was looking to get on the end of it. Just catching the left back though. Good ball from Hiroshima. It's great defending from Noburazato. No wins in 7 against Kawasaki Frontale for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. They haven't won here in 4. Miyashiro. By Wakizaka to Ainaga. Yamane. Kawasaki Frontale will be looking to start the way they finished the first half, on the front foot. Notsuda. It's a good challenge from Leandro Damião. To get the ball, and indeed did catch the player. Keen to impress today, Leandro Damião, making just his 3rd J-League appearance this season. He's won 2 J-League titles with Kawasaki Frontale. Miyashiro. Noburazato in support. There's the left back, behind by Koshimichi. Something to see why he's made the breakthrough this season. 19-year-old featuring for the 9th time this season, his 7th start. Here's his career tally as well. First corner of the game for the home side. The start of this second half. Took them a while to get going in the opening 45 minutes. Full start from Yasuda Wakizaka. Deep in swinger, but easily dealt with. Yamane heads it back into the danger zone. In the end, Sasaki, the Hiroshima captain, fouled. Main support now in this second half, Kawasaki Frontale. Remember, just 2 home wins so far this season. Picked up 12 points away from home, 9 here. Looking to level that up if they can find a winner in this second half. Break for J-League action. Kawasaki Frontale will return on the 24th of June away to the Asian champions, Urawa Reds. That precedes a trip to Nagoya Grampus, so a couple of really tough games on the horizon for Kawasaki Frontale. Noborizato. Schmidt. Now Miyashiro. Noborizato. Here's Oshima. Kuruyama. Space now for Noborizato. Ezekiel sticking to the task though and wins the throw for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Shimichi with the throw to Douglas Vieira. Hiroshima with a bit of space. It's blocked behind though by Xiao Schmidt. Just one corner in the whole of the first half. Two now in the only 5 minutes of the second. Attacking, travelling support as well. Header away. Kurumaya, and then it's completed by Oshima. Sasaki. Higashi with the flick on, but Schmidt puts it out for the throw. Douglas Vieira just pulling off his marker for a second, but back on Xiao Schmidt. Yashiro in a bit of space here. Couldn't turn away though from Sumiyoshi. Fouled the Sanfrecce Hiroshima centre-back, a free kick to the away side. Well defended by Yurani Sumiyoshi. Coach making any half-time changes. To the penalty area. Koshimichi. Get onto that left foot to get the delivery in. Sumiyoshi. Sasaki. Too far away is he from his tactics board, Toru Iniki. Even if they do have the most disastrous of seasons, you feel there's plenty of credit in the bank for the Kawasaki Frontale coach. Former midfielder who saw his career out at Kawasaki Frontale, played over 130 times for them. So Hiroshima is over this. Fancy this, Hiroshima. Well off target though. Woeful effort at the end. Mikhail Skibber not looking overly impressed. He was a midfielder with Schalke in his playing days, but he tore his cruciate ligament 3 times, which ended his playing career at the age of just 21. He began coaching as a 22-year-old with Schalke's under-19s. Ezekiel. Miyashiro. She with the challenge. Taken away by Noborizato to Ezekiel. He played his way out of trouble well, and he's released Kawamura. Through there though for Higashi. Wakizaka. It's a good turn away from Notsuda. Yamane helps it on to Leandro Damiao, who plays it back. Here's a chance, and it's a birthday goal for Yasuda Wakizaka. And Kawasaki Frontale break through 10 minutes into the second half. Lovely football. And a really good finish from Yasuda Wakizaka. Third goal of the season for him. He started the move with a bit of control and a lovely turn away from Notsuda. Recovered really well after seemingly getting the ball in a bit of a tangle under his feet. And then Leandro Damiao with the little drag back. And Wakizaka buries it into the corner. And we have a breakthrough. Sanfrecce Hiroshima trailing. 11 minutes into the second half, and you can see what that means to Toru Niki. No better way, really, to celebrate your 28th birthday than firing that one into the net. Kawasaki Frontale 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 0. Sanfrecce Hiroshima are going to have to do something that they failed to do in both meetings last season, and that's score. They're there to take anything from this game this evening. Poor start to the game, but slowly but surely played their way into it to finish the first half as the better side. And now they have the breakthrough. Notsuda. Sasaki, Higashi. Notsuda. Ezekiel. All the way through there for Higashi. Yamane getting the ball away. Sumiyoshi. Again from Koshimichi. Sasaki. Higashi. The concession of that goal, now facing a 5th successive away defeat. Skipper knows he'll have to get to grips with that kind of away form if they are to finish top 3. Koshimichi. And a relatively comfortable gather in the end from Kamif Komoto. 2 or 3 times now he's found a bit of space. Sota Koshimichi. Fixture that tends to have goals in it. The last time there was only 1 goal was Sanfrecce Hiroshima's last win here in March 2018 by a 1-0. There's always been more than 1 goal, as there was last season. In the 2 matches, Kawasaki Frontale scored all 6 of them, 4-0 here and 2-0 in Hiroshima. Heading for an 8th game against Sanfrecce Hiroshima without defeat with this lead. Borizato with the header away. Koshimichi is after this one. Sumiyoshi. Araki. Sasaki. Now Higashi on to Ezekiel. challenged by Ominami, and it's going to be a corner for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Victory here would move Kawasaki Frontale on to 24 points above Sagan Tosu and into the top half. It would cut the gap to the top three down to 9 points. It was 11 at the start of the weekend. 1-0 they lead with an hour gone. Corner overhead, and now Noborusato with space to run into the Kawasaki Frontale captain Miyashiro. Miyashiro again just lost a bit of momentum on that potential counter. Kawasaki Frontale on Minami. Lost the ball. It's Douglas Vieira. It's going to be another corner. Hiroshima's delivery blocked. In there in white shirts for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Since the early chance when he hit the post, Douglas Vieira hasn't had too many sights since. And the header back across is well off target from Sumiyoshi. It was a beautifully worked goal this, the first touch from Wakizaka and then the finish. Big favourite with the Kawasaki Frontale supporters. Hit the target in the 4-0 win here last season. Scores with his only attempt on goal in the game so far, Wakizaka. This is his 19th career league goal. Who's been voted into the J-League's best 11 for the last 2 seasons. Borazato with the throw. For Damiao. Hit that time by Wakizaka. Up against Douglas Vieira. That could be his last involvement because the striker Nassim Ben Khalifa looks as though he's about to come on. Noborusato. Double change. Shajima, who scored 2 goals last time out, coming on, and it's Notsuda who's being replaced by Ben Khalifa, so it is an attacking move. Double change for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Yusuke Chajima. For just his 4th appearance this season, but scored twice in that 3-1 win against Kyoto Sanga last Sunday, his first goals of this campaign. Technical issue here for the referee. Batteries required. for just the once in 16 appearances this season, the Swiss international with 4 caps for Switzerland. That Swiss under-17 side that won the under-17 World Cup back in 2009 now. Be interesting to see, though, if he comes on to play alongside Douglas Vieira in attack, as we see the Wakizaka goal again. 25 minutes to go, 1-0. Kawasaki Frontale leads. Heading for successive home league wins for the first time this season. He's taking the opportunity to get some water on board. It's been pouring down with rain, but pretty humid. Still ahead on the shot count, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kawasaki Frontale dominant now in terms of possession. Stark contrast to the opening 20 minutes or so. Tomoniki will just be praying that they can find this consistency for the remainder of the campaign. The big test will come, of course, in a couple of weeks' time when they face those trips to Aarau Reds and Nagoya Grampus. The Asian champions and the side currently second in the table. 2 games that could go a long way to deciding whether or not they will get themselves into the mix at the end of the season for a top 3 place. They'll be thinking back to that early chance when he hit the post. Douglas Vieira. You imagine the introduction of Ben Khalifa does suggest a slight tweak in formation for Sanfrecce Hiroshima now for the remainder of this game, as they try and avoid a 5th successive defeat. Looks as though he's got himself back together, the referee. Tanimoto in charge of his 11th J1 match this season, referee on the FIFA list. They remain hopeful that their long journey hasn't been in vain. Supporters really have been spoiled in the last 5 or 6 years. Borazato into the centre again. Ezekiel with the touch off and the counter on here for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Chajima. He scored 4 goals in his whole career, Chajima, until his double against Kyoto Sanga last week. Borazato has fallen heavily here. Isn't too much in it there as he blocked the cross from Chajima. Chajima's throw from Ben Khalifa. Hiroshima. All the way back to Osako. Just absolutely no chance with the quality of Wakizaka's finish. The only goal of the game so far. A fair degree of time added on, of course, for the referee's stoppage. Komoto putting the ball out of play, so as the Frontale player who's down will receive a bit of treatment. There's Yota Oshima. Just took a whack to the stomach there from Nassim Ben Khalifa. No doubt winded. Doesn't seem too contrite about it, Nassim Ben Khalifa. Favourite with the fans here, right, Oshima. They're involved in all of those recent successes. Target, as well as reaching the top 3 for Champions League qualification next season, has to be to get beyond the quarter-finals in the Champions League. Managed that 3 times previously, but they've exited in the group stage in 3 of their last 4 Champions League appearances. Kawasaki Frontale. It's a lovely piece of distribution. Leandro Damião is in the centre. Oh, and he very nearly wasn't needed. Ainaga just unable to find the target, but look at this from Kamif Komoto. That is a beautiful pass from the Kawasaki Frontale goalkeeper. Ainaga just unable to bend the ball into that far post. Higashi. Ezekiel. Good turn and shot, wins the corner off Ominami. Desperate to play his way into the starting plans of Mikael Skibber, and I think he's gone a long way towards doing that in his performance here this evening. Ezekiel. Just a bit of improvement perhaps needed with his decision-making in the final third, but he's certainly been lively. Can't fault the work ethic either. Swinging corner. Kizaka gets it away. Counter-attack Kawasaki Frontale, so the match set up perfectly for them now, with Sanfrecce Hiroshima pushing for the equaliser. Ben Khalifa. Ezekiel. Still going. Chance wasn't there really when he decided to take the shot. Here's Noborizato. It's a goal kick. Another cap for Japan, Kyohei Noborizato, the Kawasaki Frontale captain. Could represent them up to under 23 level. There's that Ainaga chance again, just past the post. Scored twice in the 4-0 win against Sanfrecce here last season. Also on target in a 2-0 win in Hiroshima in 2021. Mightily effective player in the attacking third, despite being 36 now. Free kick for Sanfrecce. It's quickly taken. It's Vieira with the cross in. Schmidt gets it away only as far as Ezekiel. Marishima. Chajima. Outside, stands the cross up. It was a good ball in. Yamane got his head to it and almost created a problem there for his own defence. Sanfrecce Hiroshima keep up the pressure with another corner. I think had he left that, Kamif Komoto would have just claimed it, but it's the head of Yamane that caused the problem, and there's still some defending to do here for Kawasaki Frontale. Higashi to take the corner. delays about here. Finally, the corner can be taken by Higashi. Ezekiel. From Chajima. Didn't take the chance to deliver. Chajima does so, and Schmidt clears it away, and there was a foul in there anyway on Kuriyama. Yeah, clearly nudged over. Made sure the referee noticed as well. To the last quarter of an hour, but there is going to be plenty of time added on. Chajima. Inside one of the foul. The referee waving play on though, and Kawasaki Frontale have it anyway. Komoto. Touch off by Araki to Sasaki. Higashi. By Kuriyama to Kamif Komoto. His club debut in the league, Kamif Komoto, in the 1-1 draw at home to Aroa Reds back in April. He's kept his place since. 8 in a row now. Kick for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Kawamura, the player, fouled. Steady job in there, Zhao Schmidt, as he always does in that holding position. Tono about to come on, who's a lively attacking player. Kawasaki Frontale prepare their changes. Here's Miyashiro. Clipped out by Oshima. Schmidt. Oshima was on his heels a bit there, and now the break is on here. Marishima couldn't finish it off. It was great play initially to steal the ball away. Look at that for anticipation. Well, Oshima was on his heels waiting for the ball to come to him, but in the end had to take the shot on probably earlier than he would have liked. Tsukasa Marishima. Been his day today so far. Tono on for Miyashiro. Change for Kawasaki Frontale. The goal by which they lead. Tucked away by Wakizaka. His race is run, replaced by Yusuke Sagawa. Schmidt. Tono. First touch of the ball. Hiroshima get it away. 14th appearance for Tono this season. 7th from the bench, 7 starts. Higashi. Yusuke Sagawa yet to start a game this season, but it's his 10th appearance from the bench. There's Ben Khalifa to make the opening. Ezekiel up in support. Higashi there to deliver in towards Douglas Vieira. Gets the header down. Hiroshima. Sumiyoshi. Chajima. That's a good ball in from Chajima. Everybody stood and watched it, but the decision has gone the way of Kawasaki Frontale. There's no offside, it was just good defending from Sagawa, and then he was fouled. Still they push for this equalising goal. Sanfrecce Hiroshima. If they do lose here, the away form will certainly be of real concern for Mikael Skibber. Kawamura. 5 straight away defeats is something more than a blip. Sasaki. Towards Douglas Vieira, who couldn't bring it down. Tono was covering, and Noborazato gets it away. Kawasaki Frontale, they turned up here, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, having won their last 2 games, but also like Kawasaki Frontale, both of them were at home. There's Tono. Cutting in, it's direct play, and it's a decent effort. Sako in the end makes the save, and that's what he can produce. Tono, he's a useful player to have to come off the bench, the 24-year-old. Yet to score this season, did score a couple of goals in the last campaign. Has hit the target in the League Cup this season, scored a double in a 6-0 win here against Shimizu S-Pulse. To get off the mark in the league. Sasaki. Sumiyoshi. Ezekiel. Squeeze that through to Douglas Vieira. Still has it, the Brazilian. Kawamura. Higashi. Hiroshima with the block. Yamane with the clearance. Sliced it so badly it stayed in play. Now it is a throw. Ben Khalifa. Too much on that though from the Swiss. The change for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Yamasaki is coming on for Sumiyoshi. His 5th appearance of his career, Taichi Yamasaki, 22-year-old. Through campaign for him. Straight swap for Sumiyoshi. Step forward this will be for Kawasaki Frontale, the First of 3 really tough matches. Sanfrecce, remember, in 4th, then it's Arao Reds, the Asian champions, who are 6th, but played a couple of games less because of their run to the final of that competition. Nagoya Grampus decided 2nd. Winning the bag would be a terrific start to that tough run of games for last season's runners-up. Hiroshima. Zato stepping in. Sasaki. Play by the Hiroshima captain, Higashi. Chajima. It's 5 to aim for, digs out the cross again, which he does so well. Always seems to get his cross away, Yusuke Chajima. Wasn't the best first touch, but made up for it with the delivery. In behind again to Ben Khalifa. Now defended by Oshima. And another Sanfrecce Hiroshima corner. Punched away by Kamif Komoto. 7th corner now that Sanfrecce Hiroshima have amassed. 6 of them in the second half. It's well over the top from Sasaki, who was forwards. It's kind of the way it's been, really, for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Well, they needed to score, really, when they were on top in the opening 25 minutes. Return today. Very nearly set up a goal as well for Akihiro Naga with that delightful delivery out to the wing, but Naga unable to finish. Great sight, that, isn't it? It's very difficult to spot anyone that isn't decked out in Kawasaki Frontale colours, and it's the same for Sanfrecce as well. Price of the shirts, even more impressive. Two minutes to the end of the regulation 90, but I'm at all surprised to see 8 or 10 minutes added on here. Changes to make for Toru Iniki. Remember, lost Yu Kobayashi to injury in the first half, giving Leandro Damião some much-needed time on the field. Kazuki Kozuka is coming on. For Oshima, and Naga coming off as well. Remember the other change. Matsumoto on for Ezekiel. Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Chajima looking to deliver. Chajima with the corner. And the header down, cleared away in the nick of time. Indeed, 8 minutes to be added on. So still time for Sanfrecce Hiroshima to at least force an equaliser. Header on again, Ben Khalifa battles for it. Ben Khalifa still going, still keeps it in play. The header back across. Kamifmoto grabs it in the end, and the referee's whistle helps them out. Well, that is pressure. Good header down by Sasaki. Fabulous clearance away from Kozuka. Talk about playing your part. Having just come on. They've had chances in this game, Sanfrecce Hiroshima. It's certainly the best opportunity of the second half. Good thread in the air, Sasaki. So far, though, a frustrating evening, another frustrating away day for Mikhail Skipper and Sanfrecce Hiroshima. 6.5 minutes away from a 5th successive defeat on the road in all competitions. It will be a 4th straight defeat away from home in the league. Let's not forget an 8th game without a win against Kawasaki Frontale. Good touch by Leandro Damião. In Japanese football history, there's no comparison between these sides. Sanfrecce Hiroshima have been champions 8 times, including the amateur era before the J-League. Last league title, though, coming in 2015, their 3rd of the J-League era. Kawasaki Frontale have won half that amount, but all of them in the J-League era since 2017. Kawasaki Frontale throw. 5 minutes to go. Kozuka. Take more and more gambles here, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, and it could well play into the hands of Kawasaki Frontale. Chajima, well defended by Naborazato. In another captain's role, the left back. Chajima with it. Masaki with the ball back to Morishima. Header in towards Douglas Vieira. Schmidt hooks it away. It's another free kick that goes against the Brazilian, and he feels the referee's had it in for him a bit today. He's talked his way into the book, unsurprisingly, given that reaction. It's a painful one, that, though. Head to the underside of the chin. To him, he wouldn't have known too much about that, Douglas Vieira, but the yellow card was for the reaction to the referee's decision. Sasaki's header, Schmidt. Leandro Damião. Touch off by Tono. Borazato. Ben Khalifa beaten to that by Kuruyama. being done in a bit of a panic now from Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Araki. If they do hold out here, they would move to within 5 points of Sanfrecce, Kawasaki Frontale. Certainly can't be written off yet in terms of that top 3 push. We'll know an awful lot more after their next couple of games. Sagawa is down for Kawasaki Frontale. Clash of heads, actually, was it? It was hip on head from Yamasaki, the substitute. Really get off the ground, Sagawa. I think that's what the Hiroshima players were complaining about. Khalifa has struggled to have too much of an effect since coming on. Not scored for 14 games in all competitions. His only goal this season in the 2-1 win away at struggling Gamba Osaka. He scored a hat-trick against in August last season. It's not a great return from a striker. Made out by Schmidt. When you see 8 minutes come up on the fourth officials board, you think you've still got plenty of time to get yourselves back into it. It's surprising how quickly it goes. We're on to the last minute of that now. May well be another minute or two, though, given the stoppages we've had during that 8 minutes. Sagawa wins the free kick. Toru Aniki calling for calm. Sanfrecce showing their frustration. Started so brightly for them in the first half. Didn't take a couple of chances that came their way, though, most notably the Douglas Vieira one off the post in the opening couple of minutes. And slowly but surely, Kawasaki Frontale turn this game around, culminating in what looks like being the winner from Yasuda Wakizaka. Given away by Leandro Damião. On again towards Sagawa. Now Tono. Leandro Damião. The turn and shot was on, but scuffed it. For a third straight win, Kawasaki Frontale, all of them home games. Set about trying to progress in the League Cup in midweek with their last group match against Shonan Bellmare. The Urawa Reds and Nagoya Grampus matches. Next league game for Sanfrecce is the champions and league leaders Yokohama F. Marinos. Into the 10th minute now of stoppage time. Kamif Komoto over this. It is a 5th straight away defeat for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. A run of form on the road that is becoming a real concern for them. But this win here for Kawasaki Frontale perhaps nudges the door to the Champions League open slightly. Wakizaka's goal on 57 minutes. The birthday boy scoring the winning goal on the day of his 28th birthday. Big moment for him, but a potentially massive 3 points for Kawasaki Frontale. It's more away day blues, though, for Sanfrecce Hiroshima. And this is becoming a worrying trait for them. They remain in 4th place, 4 points now though off the top 3, and Kawasaki Frontale move to within 5 of today's opponents thanks to Wakizaka's goal. It's finished Kawasaki Frontale 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 0. The end of the season will tell how significant this victory is, but it's a big 3 points, bearing in mind the quality of opposition to come in the league for Kawasaki Frontale in the next couple of weeks. Matches against Arar Reds and Nagoya Grampus. Next up for Sanfrecce, the league leaders and champions, Yokohama F. Marinos. So a big couple of weeks in that top 3 chase. In terms of the title chase, though, for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, they have now slipped 7 points adrift of the leaders, Yokohama F. Marinos. That may be a step too far, and they may well be looking to the cup competitions again for success, but they have to make sure, with the agonising way they missed out on Champions League football last season, that they qualify for the Asian Champions League for the next campaign. A competition that Kawasaki Frontale is still looking forward to. On the face of it, it's been a poor season so far, but they're still chasing on all 4 fronts in terms of the domestic cup competitions. And you wouldn't write them off the top 3 yet. This victory moving them to within 9 points of 3rd placed Vissel Kobe. It is a 3rd straight win. And if they can keep that consistency going into the second half of the season, they could yet still have a say in that top 3, and maybe even the destination of the title itself, even though they, of course, are too far off the pace in terms of challenging like they normally do. But they're all smiles after this one. This is a big win against the side currently 4th in the table. The side who, at the moment, just can't buy a win away from home. It's an even split now for Kawasaki Frontale, 12 points at home, 12 points away from home. It was their form here that was concerning them. Had just 1 win here this season in the league, but have now won 2 in a row.
こちらには川崎フロンターレ決勝ゴール脇坂泰斗選手にお越しいただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずはゴールシーン振り返っていただきたいんですが、ダミアン選手のヒールに落ち着いて合わせてきましたね。
止めた時に少し余裕があったので、なんかいろんな邪念あったんですけど、思いっきり打とうと思って打ったら入ってよかったです。